Good morning children, Sai Ram. Today we are going to learn EVS 1 lesson number 3, storage of water. Yes, a very important chapter for you to learn. Storage of water is you should save and you should store water as much as you can for our future needs. If we store water and if we use water wisely, we will not face future difficulties of shortage of water, as water is an important need. We cannot survive without water. Yes or no? Can we survive without water? No, we cannot survive without water. If water is not there, we may even die. So water is a very important part of our life, and we should always remember that we should store and we should use water as much as we want without wasting it. So in today's lesson we are going to learn about the different ways of storing water. So are you ready to listen to me carefully? And what do we do before starting the video? We learn the new words. Okay, see, here's on your screen. See the first one, DEPLETED, depleted. Now I'll give you an easy example. What do you mean by depleted? For example, your mama and dada has bought for you a new toy, okay? And you are very excited, you are very happy. You play with that toy every day, now and then, as much as you can. And after a while, as the toy becomes older, you forget that toy, or you use it rarely, or you don't even use it. Yes or no? Because it has become old now, so you don't even bother to touch it, you don't even bother to play with it. That is the meaning of depleted. The use of that toy becomes less. So have you understood what is the meaning of depleted? The use of that toy has become less. Yes. See the second one, depleted means what? The use is becoming less. That is the meaning of depleted. See the second one, RESERVOIRS, reservoirs. Now reservoirs are naturally formed lakes, ponds or rivers formed because of what? Because of rainwater. And reservoirs are used for various purposes. It can be used for drinking, it can be used for industrial use, it can be used for bathing of animals, various things. Okay, see the next one, ECONOMICALLY, economically. Economically means you should use it carefully and wisely. Now in this chapter we are talking about water, so you should use water economically. Economically means carefully and wisely, as much as you want without wasting it. Okay, see the next one, POHRA, pohora. Now pohora is a utensil. It can be made of metal or of wood, which is used for drawing water. That is known as pohora, a utensil or a vessel made of metal or wood, and it is used for drawing water. That is known as pohora. See the fifth one, SEEPS, seeps. Now what do you mean by seeps? Seeps means it goes easily, it flows easily. For example, the water seeps inside the ground, means the water went inside the ground very easily. Okay, now let us start. Now what is this? A water bottle. Now let me ask you a question here. From where is this water come in the bottle? Now you may answer from a tap, from a pot, from a filter. Yes, but where has the water in the tap, in the filter, in the pot come from? See the next picture. Where has the water in the tap come from? Now you will answer me, through pipes. The water comes in the tap through pipes. But where has the water in the pipe come from? See the next one. Bucket full of water. How is this bucket filled? Now you may answer me very easily. It is kept in below a tap, and the bucket has been filled with the water. But again, where has the water in the tap and the water in this bucket come from? And all the answer of all these questions which I asked you is rain. Yes, children, rain is the main source of water. We get water only from the rain. And as you know, we have rainy season only for 3 to 4 months. In this period of time, we should store and we should save water as much as we can, so that we do not face water problems in the future. Very, very important, children. We should store water as much as we can, and we should use water economically. Economically means wisely and carefully without wasting it. And do you know now where has the water in the tap? Where has the water in the bottle? Where has the water in the bucket come from? It has come from the rain. Rainwater, we collect the rainwater, we purify it, we clean it, and then it is supplied in the pipes, or it is stored in the tanks, and then it is supplied in your home through pipes, and it comes in the form it comes from the tap, and then we use this water for various purposes in our house. Now, have you understood what is the main source of water on the earth? The main source of water on the earth is the rain. Is that clear? See, as I told you, all the water we get comes from rain. Rain is the main source of water. Very, very important for you to remember this. We should store water for our future needs. Yes, as I told you, we should not waste water. We should store water. See, I suggest you all, you should have bath with a bucket of water instead of using a shower. Many of you must be using a shower for having bath. What happens in a shower? The water in the shower gets wasted in larger quantity than in a bucket. So I guess and I think and I am sure that a bucket full of water is enough for you for having bath instead of having water under a shower. So those who are having bath under a shower, you see that you don't use the shower, you use the bucket for having bath. These are the small steps which we can take for storing water and for saving water without wasting it. See, children, there are many people across the world, those who are facing water problems. They do not get water. They have to walk down far away places for bringing water, and then they have to again come down miles. They have to walk kilometers and kilometers. They get tired carrying those big utensils on their shoulders, on their head, and they have to struggle for getting that much of water. So we should always keep in mind about those people who are not getting water, and we should make use of these simple steps which, as I told you, have a bath with a bucket of water instead of using shower. In this way, what we can do, we can save water. We don't waste much water, and we can store it for our future needs. These problems can also happen. We can also face these problems in the future if we don't understand the importance of saving water from now onwards. So are you very clear why we should store water? Yes. And another example I can give you, if your mother has used a bucket of water for washing utensils, and that water is now left over, instead of throwing away that water, you can use that water for watering the plants, okay, or for cleaning purposes, for cleaning the floor, or for any other, for washrooms, you can use that water. So what are you doing? Instead of throwing away the leftover water, we can use the leftover water for various purposes. Okay, so these are the simple and the easier steps of how we can store water in our house. Is that clear? Let us move on further. Water must be used economically. Yes, very, very important. As I told you, use water carefully and use water wisely. As we always tell you, as your mother, as your parents also must be telling you, that whenever you see running tap, you should immediately close that tap. Or whenever you see the water, the bucket is full and the tap is running, immediately go and close the tap. These are the small steps of how we can save water. Yes, okay. Now see, here comes the important part, methods of storing water. Now what we are going to learn in this today's chapter is, what are the methods of storing water? There are two main methods of storing water. Can you see this? Old water stores is the first method and recent water stores is the second method. Now we are going to learn about each method one by one so that you can understand it in a easier and in a better way. Now what are the old water stores? You can see there are 6 methods of old water stores. See the first one, wells. Second one, water tanks in forts. Third one is draw wells, or it is also known as ard. Fourth one is rivers and bunds. Fifth one, old reservoirs. And the next one, old tanks or haud. It is also known as haud, okay, in Marathi. Now see, in recent water stores, the first one is dams, second one is bore wells, and third one is panpoi. In Marathi it is known as panpoi, and in English it is known as drinking water stands. So these are the various methods of storing water, okay, and we will learn about it one by one. In today's video, we will only learn about the first 2 old water stores, that is about the wells and about the water tanks in forts, okay, and about the remaining methods we will learn in the next videos. Is that clear? So let us move on further. See, the first one was wells. Wells are a traditional way of storing water. Now wells, we can hardly see it in cities and in our surrounding areas because its use has become less. People are not using wells now. As we get water easily from the taps, we don't use wells now. This is the old and the traditional method of storing water. We can see we can see wells in most of the villages, okay. And some rainwater, now what is a well? Some rainwater seeps into the ground, yes. The rainwater which goes inside the ground, wells are dug there, wells are built and water is obtained from this groundwater. That is the meaning of wells, okay. And well water is used for various purposes. It can be used for drinking, it can be used for washing clothes and for various other household purposes. As we use the tap water for various purposes in our house, same way well water is used for various purposes. In olden days, people used well water for all the things which we do now in the house, for all the purposes like cleaning, even for drinking. Well water was properly boiled and then it was used for drinking purpose also. And some of the wells, children, do not dry throughout the year. There is water inside the well throughout the year in some of the wells, okay. So well is the first old method of storing water. Have you understood? Okay, see the next one. What is this? This is a tank and it is in a fort. It is a fort and it is a water tank in a fort. And this picture I have taken about of Shivneri fort. It is about a water tank in the Shivneri fort. Can you see that? Now what is a water tank? See, a wall is built. Can you see this wall? Why is this wall built around the water? To protect the water from dirt and waste materials. To keep the water clean, a wall is built around the water so that the water is kept safe, the water is kept clean, and it can be used for drinking and for other purposes. Now in olden days, people lived in hill forts in the past, yes, and not 10 or 20 people, around 100 and more than 100 people used to stay in the forts. And how they will get water in the forts? They will not climb every day up and down from the forts to get water from somewhere from down. So they built a water tank itself inside the fort. And whenever it rained, the water used to get collected in that tank, and then that water was used throughout the year for various purposes. Is that clear? See the next one. The people staying on the forts needed water too. Yes, they are people, they are human beings. So they needed water because water is an important part of our life. Without water we cannot survive. And so they used the water which was stored inside the water tank for various purposes. The forts had reservoirs and tanks dug into the stone. As I told you, an area, a separate area was cleansed and it was built for storing water. That is called water tanks in fort. If you must have visited forts, the guides which tell you about the information of the forts, they must have told you about that there was a water tank here, and you can still see it in many of the forts. Okay, if you go, you can still see those water tanks in the forts. Okay, so this is the second old method of storing water, that is water tanks in fort. Have you understood? Okay, now we will take a quick recap. Now, as of for you to understand, for this much is okay for you till now. Otherwise, if you learn everything at a time, you might get confused and you might not even remember. So we will learn each method of storing water one by one, and we will go slow that you understand it in a better way and in a easier way. And I hope you have understood what I have taught you in today's video. So we will take a quick recap. The main source of water on earth is rain. Yes, rain is the main source of water. Okay, we should store water for our future needs. Very, very important, children. We should not waste water. We should store water and we should save water so that we do not face problems or we do not face difficulties in the future. Okay, see the next one. What are the two methods of storing water? Old water stores and recent water stores. And what we studied in today's video, we studied about two methods of old water stores. The first one was wells, which are dug to obtain water from the ground. And the second one was water tanks on forts had reservoirs and tanks dug into the stone. So these two, and I hope you have understood it, and I hope you have noted down the important points which I have told you in today's video, which you have seen in today's video, and we will meet soon in the next video for the remaining methods of storing water. Okay, thank you for listening to me carefully. Bye.